Welcome to another edition of the most consistent, prolific, and dedicated uploads in YouTube history. Sean's View Entertainment on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe with the Raw review. And what a Raw this was from the beginning all the way to the end. Kicks off with Daniel Bryan coming out with his wife. And Stephanie McMahon would come out, but it was a very, very sincere congratulations to the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, because you see, we thought this was going to be a night of happiness, a night of celebration, but it was anything but that, because it was pure domination and destruction. This was probably, well, I almost felt like it was the Attitude Era. It took me back to 1998. Kane came out and ruined any plans that Daniel Bryan had. Not one, not two, but three devastating tombstone pile drivers, first on the floor, then on the steel steps, and then on the announcer's table. This was brutal, this was hard to watch, and it was the dissection of Daniel Bryan, all the while that Stephanie McMahon is in the ring, making it look like she's trying to stop Kane, making it look like she actually cares, making it look like that she actually, well, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. She admired that. As much as she thought, and you thought, she wanted to stop Kane, she wanted to keep going, and that's what it did. Kane destroyed Daniel Bryan. We then learned that at Extreme Rules, it will be Kane against Daniel Bryan. But this was a hell of a segment to kick off Monday Night Raw. Definitely set the tone for the rest of the night. But I'll tell you what, this definitely, you want the Attitude Era, you want some violent antics, you want the monster, you want the devil's favorite demon. Well, you got that in Kane tonight, and this was an explosive segment. Up next, bad news. Well, I gotta say, for this match, before I even get into this match, 5 out of 5 stars. I know you don't hear me say this much, but Sheamus versus Wade Barrett, they went pillar to post. They left it all in the ring. It was a very hard-hitting match. And what would you expect anything less from Wade Barrett and Sheamus? Or should I say Bad News Barrett? What a match this was. 5 out of 5 stars. Dare I say, may have been one of the matches of the year. I know it's still early, but I think that would be one of the matches of the year. And Wade Barrett, Bad News Barrett, advances into the Intercontinental Championship tournament. Then we see a Bray Wyatt promo on John Cena. John Cena can choose from 1 or 3 matches against the Wyatt family, so this was a pretty good promo right here. 3MB versus Los Matadores. You see the continuation of 3MB come down to, well, pretty much jobbers, and the downfall of them continues. You know, all 3 of these guys got together, you know, to have a greater good and to take a stand and, you know, make themselves known. And, well, I think they've just been just a joke, and that's not the way it should be, but it is. Then we've seen an Evolution promo on the Shield, and I don't know, Triple H seemed to be a little bit under the weather. I don't know what was happening. I miss him and Steffi had a little too much, you know, kissing going on, you know, French kissing going on. I think something happened there. The vocal cords of the game weren't on key tonight, weren't on stroke, so to speak, but this was still a good promo. The Shield comes out, and of course, the Evolution goes for higher ground. Do you really think Evolution was going to fight in their suit and their $1 million t-shirts and the $500 million shoes? I mean, come on now. So that was pretty good between the Shield. Good interaction there. I'd give that like 4 out of 5 stars. So everything up to this point on Monday Night Raw was good. We even seen maybe some a switching of the guard, and I'm talking about Goldust and Cody Rhodes as they lost to the Usos. You know, some distinction in the ranks, so to speak. I don't know, Goldust and Cody Rhodes don't seem like they're on the same page right now. Cody Rhodes looked visibly upset losing to the Usos. But so far up to this point, Raw, I don't have really much complaints about it. The build, the strategy, the commitment, and the creativeness behind tonight's Raw has been better than decent, I'll tell you that. And how many times are we going to see the combination of Emma, Santino, Fandango, and Layla? I know some isn't in the picture anymore, and they switched it up a little bit because some isn't there, but come on now. This is getting a bit ridiculous. I mean, how many weeks has this been ongoing now? You talk about repetition. You talk about repeat. You talk about replay. Oh, my God. This is getting a little redundant, a little ridiculous, overplayed, overdone, charbroiled. Okay, it's cooked. It's done. All right. Emma versus Layla. Let's not even get into that match because I've passing it. Up next, Rob Van Dam versus Cesaro. Yet another great match in the semifinals of the Intercontinental Championship tournament. Cesaro looked like he had things going his way. It looks like he had the match in his hand, but then it would be Jack Swagger and Zeb Colter that would provide the distraction, and not only distraction, but Jack Swagger would get physical with Cesaro by slamming Cesaro headfirst into the ring post, would cause a countout victory. Rob Van Dam gets the victory after the match. Cesaro, to add further salt to the wound, Swagger would attack Cesaro, but Cesaro would overcome the odds somehow and get the best of Jack Swagger by giving him the swing. And boy, did Swagger get swinged or what. Paul Heyman obviously not happy about this outcome, but at least Cesaro still comes away looking strong, and I'm sure Jack Swagger is going to have some words for Cesaro, and I'm sure there's going to be some kind of match between those two in the coming weeks at Extreme Rules. But that was a good match. So far the matches of the night: Wade Barrett versus Sheamus. I mean, I can't tell you how phenomenal that match was. I can't get over it. And then RVD versus Cesaro was another good match. And even Goldust and like I said, Goldust and Cody Rhodes versus the Usos was all right, because we're starting to see that friction between those two, and I'm kind of liking that. So let me look at my notes here. And yeah, so far once again, Raw. Like I said, Raw's doing pretty damn good up to this point. Let's see if they can hold that momentum up. Like I said, from the beginning to the end, I mean, I'm predicting that this end is going to be pretty damn good. And Daniel Bryan, the condition after Kane destroyed him, just suffered a stinger. So that's good that it's not, a broken neck or a spine injury, but a stinger. Can you imagine Daniel Bryan just a few hours after his father died, then he gets completely destroyed by Kane? What a last bad 24 hours for Daniel Bryan, I'll tell you. Reigning, defending WWE Divas Champion Paige going one-on-one in a rematch against Oksana. This match was alright. I think their match on SmackDown was a bit better than this, but overall it was mediocre. It was decent. I mean, we've seen better from Paige, but working with Oksana, she's not the best in-ring worker, but she's alright by standards. But, Paige ends up getting the victory with her very unique submission hold, paying homage tribute to Bull Nakano. Remember her back in the day. Match was alright. Paige still your reigning, defending, crowned Divas Champion. Next up, we would see Alexander Rusev soundly and easily. Well, actually, it was a little bit of a fight, a little bit of struggle, but not much. Alexander Rusev making short work of Sin Cara tonight. Once again, an impressive showing, but how impressive will he be at Extreme Rules in a 2-on-1 handicap match? Now, that's an Extreme Rules, and every match is supposed to have an Extreme Rules type match feel to it. How's that extreme? Well, I guarantee you that Xavier Woods and R-Truth are going to get an extreme beating at the hands of Alexander Rusev. And up next, in a 3-on-1 predicament, you want to talk about the odds stacked against you. You want to talk about facing detours like never before. We talk about John Cena never giving up and never backing down, but you want to be talking about being a rock in a hard place. You want to be talking about being put in a position where there is no place to run, there is no place to hide. But John Cena's never hid, he's never run. He sure as hell ain't gonna start tonight on Raw. It was an uphill challenge from the get-go. John Cena was attacked before the bell rang. The referee had to make sure that Cena was able to go, and John Cena's never going to give up on anybody. But John Cena's back was against the wall, and sometimes when John Cena's back is against the wall, you see another person. You bring out that monster that Bray Wyatt has been wanting to bring out, and that's the whole story behind this. Is Bray Wyatt wants to expose John Cena for a fraud. Bray Wyatt wants to expose John Cena for everything that he feels that John Cena is not. He does not feel that John Cena stands for hustle, loyalty, and respect, and that this is not what John Cena lives by, and this is just what he wants to sell. Well, this is what John Cena believes. This is what he loves. This is what he breathes. This is his life. This is the WWE, but Bray Wyatt wants to expose the inner monster in John Cena, and during this match, John Cena faced an uphill challenge, but this is nothing new to John Cena, but this is a whole different character of another breed, of another kind. Bray Wyatt is unlike anybody John Cena has ever faced, and when you put all three of them in the ring against John Cena, it's going to make for one hell of a volatile match, and that's exactly what we got here on Monday Night Raw in a 3-on-1 predicament against John Cena. But John Cena is a man that commands respect, a man that will fight to the better end, a man that when you think all the cards are down, John Cena will pull up that ace in the card. He will pull up that ace in the hole, because that's who and what John Cena represents is hard work, hustlety, loyalty, and respect. And through this match, John Cena would fight courageously. He would fight violently and valiantly. Excuse me. Get my words right here. But in the end, John Cena hit an attitude adjustment. It looked like John Cena was going to get the victory, but then lo and behold, the Wyatt family attacks, and we have a disqualification on our hands. And the Wyatt family gets the best of John Cena to close the show. The show started with pure domination and destruction. The show ends with devastation. I thought this was a pretty good Raw. I give it 7.5 out of 10 stars. I felt there was a good effort, good storyline development going into Extreme Rules, some strong matches, some good storytelling. I think this was a good Monday Night Raw from top to bottom. Don't have too much to complain about. Your comments, your opinions, subscribe.